Good morning. First, I want to say I'm praising the Lord this morning. What may be a small thing to you is a big thing to me because the last 2 weeks, I've been actually able to worship and not be out of breath, and to be able just to sing a song and praise my Lord is just an accomplishment for me. So February 7th of this past year, 11:23 p.m., my phone rang. And I knew who was on the other side of that phone. It was my transplant coordinator, and she called to say that they were offering me a set of new lungs, and that, am I ready, and do I want them? And I said, absolutely. So she said, well, get a good night's sleep. You don't need to report to the hospital till 7 a.m. the next morning, which I got no sleep, but they told me to get a good night's sleep. So we arrived to the hospital. I ended up waiting until 8 o'clock that evening for them to come back and finally say to me that the lungs were viable and that they would go ahead and proceed with surgery. Excuse my shaking. It's not because I'm terrified. It's just medication. So surgery lasted about 10 and a half hours. There was a lot of complications with my surgery. I was on the ECMO machine for almost a week. My heart swelled up so bad that they couldn't close me, so I laid open for 5 days. Internal bleeding, which required a second surgery. My kidneys stopped working. I was on dialysis. My stomach completely stopped working, so I ended up with a feeding tube. And I finally just got that tube out last week, so I'm starting to eat on my own. So that was a big accomplishment. I couldn't walk. I couldn't talk. They had to teach me how to swallow again. I had a tracheotomy to learn how to speak. It was just a lot involved. And, you know, through the whole process, I just had this peace and this calmness about me that I know was the Lord with me every step of the way. And this journey didn't just start with this transplant. It's been a 10-year journey of my initial diagnosis. And then from there, cancer was thrown into the mix. So I just passed my 5-year cancer-free anniversary when I was finally able to be listed for my lungs. So it's been an up and down process. It's been an up and down journey emotionally, financially, spiritually. But I wanted to say all this, not for you to feel sorry for me, but to say, look what he's done in my life. I mean, look what he's done in my life. And it's been overwhelming at times because people keep saying to me, like, oh, he has these big plans for you and he has this special purpose for you. And I don't know what that is, you know, and it is overwhelming to think, like, what he has done and why he's done it for me. Like, who am I? But what I do know is I just want to continue being an image bearer for him, be the best image bearer that I can be. Throughout my time in the hospital, I had opportunity to witness to some of my nurses and aides and people who took care of me. I had the conversation at Easter time with one of the aides who just couldn't understand. I always had my Bible by my bedside, and I always had Christian music playing in my room. And she came in one day and she just touched my Bible. She said, I don't understand this. I don't understand how people could love somebody so much and then all of a sudden turn on them and want them to be killed. So we had a good conversation about that and directed her to some scripture. And then I had another nurse come in and tell me that it was when I was ready to be discharged. And she said to me, all of our nurses just love coming into this room. They said, when we come into this room, we just feel this peace and this calmness, and it's just this aura about you. And I said, it's not an aura about me. It's the presence and peace of Jesus that's with me. So I just want to continue to be an image bearer. I want to thank you all for everything you have done for me and my family. Your support financially, for your love. You have no idea how much your cards meant. When I was in the hospital, I was there 3 months, inpatient, almost a month outpatient in Pittsburgh. Your cards came at those perfect moments. Your messages came at those perfect moments. Just everything was just God. And I want to thank you for all that. So I'm going to keep on doing what I'm doing. I feel like I've been given a gift. The doctors say that this is not a cure, it's a treatment. But I tell you what, for me, I feel like I've just been given a brand new life, and I don't want to waste it. I continue to pray every day for the family and the person who gave up their life to give me new life, and I don't want to waste it. So just thank you so very much from the bottom of my heart. We continue to struggle through things, but I want to say too, if anybody out there has a medical issue and they need to talk to somebody or have a loved one that's going through a difficult time with medical issues, I pretty much have experienced it all. So I'm here for anybody who has, wants to talk or needs to talk to somebody. I'm here for you. But thank you so very much for everything you have done for me and my family.